What up, what up, what up? This is CO Show Podcast. I am your host, CO. What up today, y'all? How y'all doing?
Good.
Today I brought Breezy.
Hey.
And I got my guy Daniel in the building with me.
What's up?
One of the reasons I had to bring Daniel today, I got a lot of complaints why he just keep bringing girls? Why he don't never bring guys? We want to see guys.
He don't like guys.
And are these complaints from guys or are these complaints from girls? Because that's a problem.
Girls.
Oh.
Guys have no complaints.
Right.
They have a few complaints, but it has nothing to do with what the girl looks like or it being a girl.
Right.
But I did get a few comments and a few text messages about it. So I decided the best person I could find up front was my guy Daniel. And I brought Daniel here today. You don't know him at all. Daniel, we did a few podcasts that were never aired, and Daniel is a superstar in my mind when it comes to this. And when I say he's a superstar, Daniel has a story that no other black man will admit whatsoever in life. And when I first heard it, I was just disappointed in Daniel. I was like, man, you're breaking man laws left and right.
That's how you really felt, Brad?
I really felt like that. So for me, I'm going to ask my questions because I have this little thing I do up front where I ask 10 questions. And it's called Who the Hell Are You? And it's basically questions where when I ask you, people will have an understanding of how you think. Maybe not all the way who you are, but just how you think. But after that, I'm going to get to Daniel, and he going to tell you a little bit about himself and his story. Now, I'm going to go back and forth with my questions. Okay. I'm going to start out with Daniel, come to you, go back and forth.
That's cool.
So, Daniel, how many white friends do you have?
Oh, shit. I think 3.
Okay. Breezy. Choosing a nigga, or choosing a man, choosing a young man, what's more important to you when choosing a young man? Him being financially stable or how he treats you?
How he treats me is more important because at the end of the day, you could be a rich man and we could be married and we could live in the same house and be in the same bed. But if you treat me like shit, I'm going to still feel like I'm alone. I'm still going to venture out. I'm still going to seek other men. So definitely how he treats me.
Okay. Daniel, how do you greet your female coworkers when you see them?
How you doing, love? That's it.
Well, Daniel, you fucked up already.
How I fuck it up?
I'm here to tell you.
Hey, how you doing, love?
When you said love, you fucked up.
Oh, no. That's how we talk to each other.
Is this all of them, or is this a few that you have personal situations?
It's all of them.
I
don't care which one it is.
Well, we don't know where Daniel work at, but we ain't gonna talk about that. Back to Breezy. You go on a first date. No, that's not you. What is your guilty pleasure?
My guilty pleasure would definitely have to be Zaxby's. It's to the point where when I pull through the window, no, not even when I pull through the window. As soon as I get to the speaker, I say, let me get a motherfucking and they be like, we know. And I pull up.
The motherfucking
I don't care how salty it is, how greasy it is. I love that chicken.
Okay. That's about how people feel like Chick-fil-A. But you like Zaxby's.
Nah, Zaxby's better.
Zaxby's put that little extra piece of seasoning salt. It's flavor. It's more
is that
for
how
our
they throw
people.
It on there?
It's more for our people.
Okay. Daniel, quick question.
Right.
You go on a first date. That date went great. At the end of the night, when you walking into a car or walking into a door, what's your go-to move with that girl?
Oh man, I'm just gonna go for a hug.
So you at work calling people love, but you going for a hug at the end of a first date.
Shoot, yeah, it's the first date, bro.
But is it a church hug or is it
Nah,
that
it's a
booty
hug,
squeeze hug?
Do you
hug.
get up? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's that booty squeeze hug. I ain't doing no church hug. I ain't did church hug since
church.
I hope that was Sunday. But
right. It was not.
Okay, Breezy, what's the biggest misconception of you?
The biggest misconception of me would have to be people look at me and think I'm stuck up, and then after maybe 5 to 10 minutes, they're like, wow, she's kind of unorthodox. She'll say anything.
Are these men or women?
Both.
Both.
Especially women specifically, though, because a lot of them be like, I thought you were stuck up, or I thought you were standoffish, or I thought you didn't like me. And I'm like, I didn't even see you.
Okay. Daniel. What male celebrity do you respect the most?
Oh, dang.
Who do you look up to and be like, man, if I could be like him when I grow up, when you were a young girl, or you just.
Nah, it's gonna be Jay-Z.
Okay, I'm glad you said that. We're gonna get back to that in a second.
Yeah.
Bree. Oh shit. Have you ever been made to feel uncomfortable in the workplace?
Absolutely. There was this guy at my job. To make a long story short,
Okay.
he
Your
was
current
like-
job.
my current job.
Oh,
Okay.
He no longer works there now, and I might be a part of the reason why. But long story short, I was playing on his phone. I was like, "You don't have Cash App? Let me download this app for you real quick. You should try that out." I sent them a request as a joke, like buy my lunch, and then the next thing I know, he was Cash Apping me lunch money every day. Hey, $100 for lunch. Boom, 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 boom. And
$100 a day?
for lunch?
he liked me. Okay.
Where you work
And
at?
the airport.
I need to be there.
Right?
If I can give somebody
Like, give me
$100 a day.
$100.
And so, long story short, he told one of my coworkers, "Man, I really like Bree. You know, I've been giving her money and everything else." And then,
He told somebody he was giving you
yeah,
money?
and so my manager found out, and it was kind of messed up because I was telling my manager I was struggling, and they were like, "How are you struggling if so and so just gave you $800?" And so I was like, I had to take personal time.
When
Yeah.
you were
I
making
was struggling,
$800?
damn it, because life is a struggle, and
Okay.
no one else can really determine what I consider a struggle. I could have $1,000, and some people are like, "Ooh, she got money," or I could feel like, "Shit, I'm broke."
Well, we don't
Yeah.
know what your bills are, so
Exactly.
You're right. We don't know
Exactly.
if it's $800 free.
I'm
that you can just
still.
do
I
whatever
was. I could have been $20,000 in the hole.
Yeah, you could have stole a rental car.
But I was definitely uncomfortable because I looked really stupid. They were like, "But I thought you missed work because you couldn't put gas in your car. And
So-
you had $800."
So it's really not him that made you feel uncomfortable. It was the situation you allowed yourself to be in that made you feel uncomfortable.
But I was still uncomfortable in the workplace because it was like, it didn't have to be like that. If he would have just been quiet about giving me the money.
Yo, nobody's giving you $800
No,
a
it's
day
being
and
quiet,
being quiet.
bro.
No, it wasn't a day. It just added up to be like $800 by
So-
the end of the week.
How far did y'all get?
Nowhere. That was the
He
problem.
gave you $800 and you
Yes,
didn't do
he
nothing?
never saw me outside of the airport, and that's why I was like kind of weird because I would like be on like this concourse, and then he would be on that concourse, and I'd be like, I'm just gonna stay on this wing of the airport. So
This is
it
crazy.
was definitely
man. What
awkward.
y'all
But
doing?
hey, if a girl sends you a request on Cash App, you should request something from her too, because if you don't, then you're just giving up money.
And that ain't happening over here.
Bruh.
Ain't that
That
right?
was wild.
Anyway, so okay, Daniel, I asked you what male celebrity you respected the most, and you said Jay-Z.
Yeah.
So, if you had a girlfriend or a wife,
Mm.
and Jay-Z came and spoke to you and actually kissed your wife or your girlfriend inappropriately, how would you handle that situation?
Oh, Jay-Z getting punched, bro.
You gonna punch who?
Hell yeah, dog.
Dude, you ain't punching Jay-Z. He got too much security, dude.
They just gonna have to fight.
I respect that, man.
I don't care who you are. If I respect you or not, you should respect me too, and not be up here trying to kiss my girl
Do you
inappropriately.
really think you're gonna land a punch?
I won't, cause he got hella security, man.
But you're gonna swing.
Yeah, I'ma swing.
He got to swing for
gotta
his,
swing.
for his whole manhood.
Yeah.
He got to at least swing. Even if he miss and get beat up, he got to
At
swing.
least Jay-Z will know at that moment.
You will know.
I ain't gonna do that no
He
more.
be like, yeah, that guy, I should have
guy-
really tried,
right.
man. He went down, but he went down swinging.
Yeah.
Yeah. Breezy, last question. So, you out riding around with your dude, and y'all on your way home or whatever, and he was like, yeah, let's stop at the store right quick. I got to get something to drink. He runs in and runs back out. He come back out with the drink or whatever. Y'all go home. Later that night on the news, you see like your dude on the news in that same station you just drove to, like holding it up, and he shoots somebody. Do you turn your dude in, or do you hold it down?
Man, I gotta hold it down because I'm an accomplice. I drove away. Or shit, I was in the car. I'm definitely gonna be like, look, this is what we gotta do. First of all, where the fuck is the money? You wasn't gonna tell me about this. You wasn't gonna give me a cut.
Well, damn, Bree.
I like how this is unfolding.
That's first of all.
But Bree, let me say this though, because if you knew nothing about it, you have that moment where you could be like, yeah, I want no part of this. You could like get yourself out of that situation, or you could hold it down.
I'm gonna hold it down. I mean, you didn't say this was just some guy. This is the person I'm in a relationship with. So I'm gonna hold it down. But I definitely want my fair share of the money. I want 50%.
That's a ride it out right there.
And I'm not gonna lie. If it comes out to be a petty amount of money, then I probably would be like, you know what?
It ain't
You might
worth
as well
it.
just go ahead and turn yourself in because we can't even go on the run with this.
Yeah.
But if it's a lot of money, I'm gonna be like, so
Well,
when
if
were
it
you
was a
gonna tell
gas
me?
station, it ain't gonna be that much money.
You never know, man.
You never know.
Yeah, but you ain't about to get $100,000 from a gas
Nah.
station.
Nah, you ain't.
So anything less than that, how far you gonna run? You gonna run across the street?
You got to know people who know people who know people.
Well, to know people who know people who know people, you need money to connect with people who know
Yeah.
people who know people.
But I would definitely hold it down, though.
Okay. That means you're a rider, and that's the point I was trying to get to with that. So, Bree, I told you I brought Daniel here because Daniel, he's pretty dope, but he has a story that's out of this world. And Daniel, you remember the story you told me?
Yeah.
How old are you, Daniel, right now?
I'm about to be 31.
You about to be 31. When I met you, how old was he, Keith?
I think like 29.
29?
I was about to turn 30, I think.
Right.
Say what now?
How long has it taken you to show?
Right.
I don't give a damn. It's here now.
Yeah, right. We have arrived.
We have arrived, and I brought Daniel back because he was here from the jump. That's what's
sir.
up. But I got Daniel. Daniel, you said you. Oh, I'm gonna let you tell the story.
Okay.
Tell him about how you like all the way back. You met your
you talking
wife.
about- yeah.
You met your
my
wife when?
Yeah.
College
I
or
met
high
my wife
school?
in college.
Your ex-wife. My bad.
Yeah, my
She's your
ex-wife. Yeah, we had been dating for like 5 years
in college.
in college.
Y'all graduated.
I graduated.
You graduated first. She didn't graduate, and y'all got married.
Mm-hmm.
How long after college?
Shoot. Nah, we got married while we were in college.
Okay.
And then after I graduated, that's when shit hit the fan.
Okay. Tell us what shit hit the fans means, and don't leave nothing out either.
All right. Okay. So shit hit the fan means that when we was together,
Yeah.
we decided to go ahead and have a girlfriend.
Okay.
So we had to find a.
Who picked the girlfriend?
Huh?
I'm just curious. Who picked her?
Oh, bro. I did.
First mistake. Continue.
That wasn't my first mistake.
No, don't
But
cut him off.
I introduced the girl to her. She liked her too, and that was the only reason she agreed. Right. So later on down the line, I guess my wife decided she wanted another dude involved.
Now hold up, pause. Break.
Look at Bree's face.
When she decided she wanted a dude involved, what should have been his response?
Hell no.
Nah, man, that wasn't my response. I feel like whatever's good for the goose is good for the gander.
When she meant involved, she meant like all of us today at the same time.
Nah,
She meant
nah.
like I'm gonna go over here today and then tomorrow I'm gonna be back.
Nah. She ain't like all of us together at the same time. That's what she meant.
Okay.
Because that's the only way the girlfriend thing worked out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Group situation.
Group situation.
All right, I'm following
We
you.
was borderline.
So what made you?
polygamous? Yeah.
What made you say it was okay for her to bring a guy in? What was your thinking?
Cause I was just like, all right, she wanted it. My thought process was like this: we already got a girlfriend,
Okay.
and I ain't really at the. I was busy. I was at school. I was working.
Okay.
Really didn't have time like that to be at the house. And I was like, all right, cool. So you want another guy to be involved, so that way when I ain't here, you can have something going on. I understand.
Oh.
So I told her, and I told the guy and the other girl, this can only work if it happens with y'all together, all of y'all together.
So this is your idea.
I mean, shit, I had to take the reins afterwards. She gave me the idea. I wasn't going to say no.
Well,
Like, if I said no, then it would have been a quagmire shit about the other girl.
let me pause you right quick. Daniel, at this point in my mind, broke every fucking man law there is. There's not a dude who likes women only that is agreeing to this situation.
There's a
I'm
lot
sorry.
of guys out there that agrees to these situations.
And maybe Daniel knows a different set of guys that I know, and I'm okay with that. I don't know them. That's fine. But I wanted to say that part before I let Daniel. And I want to ask Daniel, okay, this dude came into the situation. How long did your marriage last once this dude come into the situation?
That was
Bree,
the whole part, bro.
listen to him.
What? How long after that? Like, I guess a few months, like 5 months after that. Yeah. But
You know what ended?
yo, the reason why it ended, it's because she started saying shit like, "Oh, you like this girl more than you love me."
So
Oh,
it
she
wasn't
was-
the guy.
It wasn't the guy.
girl.
It was the girl. It's because she thought my MO was like, dark skinned chick, big boob. And this
Okay,
chick
that's your
dark-skinned
thing.
with big boobs. So
That's your
I was
thing.
like, nah, it ain't nothing about that. She was taking instances where I was like, thinking or staring off into the distance. Like this one time we was at the mall, I was staring off into the distance. She thought I was staring at the girl.
Okay.
And every time I was like, nah, man, I ain't. She just kept saying, yes, you are. Yes, you
So
are.
you made some insecurities. You made her have some insecurities in the
I
situation.
thought she was past that.
Hold up. She had insecurities before.
Yeah.
And these just came back up later on. What do you think it was that happened that made those insecurities pop back up? Like, do you
Just-
think it was Oh,
Well,
'cause-
you know, back in the day, I cheated on her
okay.
before, and I think it's just because it was dark skinned chick with big boobs.
So she felt like she
That's your
wasn't.
MO.
That was her
Period.
MO. She was like, yo, that's his MO. He's gonna leave me.
So what was she? Light skin?
Yeah, she was red bone.
So she didn't think she was your type.
Right.
She wasn't your type.
I mean, everything's my type.
Well, damn.
Like,
Dang.
as long as you got a good personality and you got a good
Hey, I
head
have
on
a
your
question.
shoulders,
I have
then
a
you can
real
be my
question.
type. Right. What's up?
I don't think Bree thought about this question.
What's up?
When the dude came in the situation.
Oh, I thought about it.
Finish the question. then.
Go ahead.
So when he came into the equation, I mean, was it like a situation where it was like, I want you to do things with him and we're all going to be doing things? Or is it going to be like we're going to take turns or?
Oh, okay. So first off, I was like, when I ain't here, y'all got to do it together. When I am here and we all want to have sex, it's like a group little thing. Like, it's like an orgy, pretty much.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, Bree, I'm disappointed. in
But
you.
I did that like one night, and then like the one night I did it, I was like, nah, I can't ever do this again.
Why not?
It was just weird, right?
Because a dude was in the situation. That's what made it weird, Daniel.
It wasn't even
Let me
that. It
explain
was
it
just
to you.
awkward. It was like I was better than him, so it just
damn,
made
well,
That's an
everything weird.
opinion.
And
That is an opinion.
I
oh
thought
no,
this
man,
ain't
that
that.
ain't
there
an
for a
opinion.
reason. He
Nah,
brought
man,
something.
that ain't an opinion. All he brought, pretty much, she calls me now. We friends now. She calls me now, complaining about his sex.
He's
Well,
still
then,
getting it.
He
though.
just actually like acted like he cared a little bit more. And then now she's dealing with the bullshit like aspect of like who he really is.
What do you think it really was, Bree?
You said, what do I think?
You
it really
said that's a
was?
matter of opinion.
Oh, as far
yeah,
as him
yeah,
being
yeah.
better.
Yeah.
It was something. I mean, it could have been something emotional where she
Mm-hmm.
felt like she was lacking something. But I mean, if that was the case, I feel like most women would probably try to hide it. But it had to be something sexual for her to want to be open about it and bring it into the bedroom. It
How
had to
long-
be something he was doing.
How
some
long ago
move.
was this?
Hmm?
How long ago was this? How many years ago?
I don't know. I've been divorced for a long while now.
But you've been divorced for like 5 years?
No. I think like 3.
So
About like 3 years,
they're
yeah.
still messing around after 3 years.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can't stand them.
What about the side chick? Where'd she go?
Oh, wherever she went.
Oh, she's not in the situation no,
No,
more.
no.
Yeah, man,
She
that's
long
the,
gone.
that's the story I needed you to.
She out of there.
Where are they now?
My ex-wife's miserable, and the side chick, she can't stand my guts.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what happens.
So
when
would
you
you
get
would you do that again if you get married again? Would you get a girlfriend?
It depends on the chick. Like if she's open to it and she wants to do that, then yeah.
So what did you learn from that situation then?
That in any situation that it requires a lot of trust, you need to be upfront about where you are mentally with your insecurities, and you have to communicate the whole time throughout. Anytime you get to a bump or an area that you like questioning or anything like that, talk. And then you have to be trusting of the other person's response.
Well, so were you like when the dude came in the situation? Were you all going on dates?
Hell no.
It was just a physical thing. 'Cause
Yeah, it's
to
just a
me,
physical
if
thing. I
it's
ain't
just
going on no
physical,
fucking date.
if it's just physical and y'all stop, they still been going for 3 years since y'all stopped. So for me, something was more than just physical.
Right now, the reason, if I tell y'all, but right now, the
Oh,
reason
nigga,
why
we
she's
bought
still
you
stuck
here
with
to-
that dude, is because she doesn't want to be by herself. She has
Oh,
a
so
problem
she-
with being alone.
Oh.
And she doesn't know how to like operate in that spectrum. Because she'll feel like she didn't accomplish everything she wanted. She had timestamps for when she wanted to be married, when she wanted to have kids.
That's common for
everything
women.
like that. So if she like separates from this dude,
Mhm.
then it's gonna be like she didn't accomplish anything in her life. She didn't set out to do what she wanted to do. All
So she
ever
set
wanted
out
was
to be
family.
married
Yeah,
with kids,
yeah. That was her goal. So,
and y'all still communicate.
yeah.
I have
Y'all
a
might get
question.
back together. Go ahead.
Oh
I'm
hell
sorry.
no, man.
So when she brought him to the table, can you honestly say, did you ever feel like threatened by him, or not even necessarily threatened, but just be like, man, I got to compete with this now. I got to make sure did it make you want to step your game up in any aspect? Like, okay, now he's here. I got to do this better. I got to make sure I'm coming with this.
I don't feel threatened by no man.
So the first time y'all get in the bedroom, were you looking like, let's see what the fuck he's about to do? What's he going to do? Or
Nah.
were you just like,
I was
whatever.
like, whatever.
Y'all were drunk.
Sounds good.
Sober.
You was sober, and
Yeah, bro.
you just said you walked.
I'm like
into
sober.
way.
I don't care what
Sober
he
most
said.
of my life.
Most.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Daniel basically said he brought him and his wife at the time bought a girl in the situation. And then this girl wanted a guy in the situation. And she only wanted a guy in the situation because Daniel wasn't around. He wasn't present physically and emotionally. So that he filled that space. And he continues to fill that space because they're no longer together. And Daniel also states that he was not, like, he didn't feel like threatened by the guy or the whole situation. And I'm just like, I don't really know about that.
Don't believe it. We don't believe it.
But that's
cool.
that's his story.
That's cool,
we have
bro.
no way.
Stick to it.
You can
we
feel
have
that way all you want to, right?
That's fine. We have no way to find out the difference, and that's fine. I just wanted you to hear that story because that was like, when I first heard it, I was just like, bruh, what are you doing? Like, ain't no nigga allowing no nigga into the situation. When a girl be like, oh, what's your rules when it comes to sex? No niggas allowed is number one. Might not be a number two, but that's number one, and that's the most important rule.
Well, how do them threesomes happen with like two guys and one girl?
It's not a
if that's the-
threesome, Daniel.
That's
It's a train.
That- No, it's not. God damn it!
It's
Y'all
not.
gotta
It
stop
is.
calling it a train.
I'm sorry.
You gotta stop calling that shit.
You
a train,
had some
bro.
trains in your situation.
That is not a train,
A
dog.
woman is
I-
telling
she
you.
can
So,
say that
so
all
what
you
does it
want
mean?
to.
It has to be 3 men and a woman, and then it's a train. How does it work?
I feel like it's more than just two.
Is a
Because
train
if a
not
threesome
a thing?
for me is
So,
two women and me,
is it just
why
a
couldn't a
foursome?
threesome for a woman be two men and her?
No, she wants a train.
If she, okay,
Okay, we'll call it gangbang.
that's not a gang. It's just two people. A gang is like five or more.
Daniel got some weird.
I mean, I guess in a certain way you could say if upon a woman's request,
Women empowerment, equality.
exactly, upon a woman's request, if she brings together two male parties, nope, it's still a train.
Thank you.
Dang,
A
still a
woman
train.
told you.
That's crazy.
It's still a train. I mean, if that's your preference, that's fine. I'm not knocking it because there's lots of women who do a transfer, which is sleep with this guy around like
is that?
4 p.m. and then by midnight she's sleeping with that guy.
That's
It's
called a
still
transfer?
roughly a train,
Oh,
but
for us,
it's
like,
a
ain't that a hat trick? Don't we
transfer.
got a hat trick like that?
Still,
that? You
if
sleep
you
with
sleep
three
with two
people
guys
in
a
one day?
day,
What's that called?
A hat trick.
A hat trick?
You ain't never heard of that? You sleep
no,
with three
I've never
girls
heard
in
of
one
that
day?
I call it a transfer.
I
It's
call it a hat
transfer
trick.
train. You
What's
rode two
wrong with a
different
hat
trains.
trick?
Ain't nothing wrong
Like
with a hat
pulling
trick
a
because
rabbit
that's
out
what
of a
she.
hat?
No. You fuck three girls in one day. That's a hat trick.
I'm too
Wait,
old.
So the first like, I'm like, so what does that mean? Like you wear your hat to the front for the first girl, you put it to the back for the next girl, like
Nah,
a
we just call it a
disguise?
hat
It's just
trick.
a hat
It's
trick.
called a hat trick.
Oh, I'm trying to like utilize the hat.
Nah, man, ain't no utilizing the hat.
Hat trick.
Yeah,
Hey man,
Like,
you
it's
say you
transfer.
31?
That's what it sound like to me. What your transfer talking about?
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. I, didn't
learned
know
that in college.
I didn't know they had a name for that. I'm just too old to think about that right now, but I definitely didn't know they had a name for that.
yeah.
That's what's up. Hat trick. We'll write that down, man. I'll bring that up later. But anyway, I wanted you to hear Daniel's story. You heard it. Daniel's a wild guy. Something a little bit more serious. I was in LA over the weekend.
Shit.
I left. I think I went on like Friday morning, whatever it was, and I came back Sunday early. Like I had the 6:00 flight on Sunday, and I had a layover which was out of my control. But upon finally arriving back in Atlanta, fast forwarding to like 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm like, oh, I'm going to watch the Duke game
Right.
for the NCAA tournament. And I get a text message from my boy that's on the West Coast, and he's like, my nigga, I hope you up out of here because it ain't looking too good in LA right now. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, what? And the whole, like, I look on my IG and everything's taken over is the whole Nipsey Hussle has been shot in front of his store. And I'm just like, wow. Like, and for me, I'm not from the West Coast. I go probably once every 5 years. So I don't know the culture like that. And for me, talking to him about it, because he's from the West Coast, he lives in California. And he was just telling me like, bruh, because he eventually died the same day.
Yeah.
And he said, it's really important for you not to be here because Nipsey's in a gang for one. And he admits that. And it's supposedly the biggest gang in LA or whatever. And he's the face or the head of that gang. But he does he does all these positive things for the neighborhood. So people kind of look at him like Tupac. And for me, when he first said it, I was like, nah, he can't be looked at as like Tupac. Like Tupac was huge. But when I thought about it and I saw as the days went on, I'm looking on social media and like just the pouring of people's like condolences going out to him and saying, "Oh, he was this great dude. He did all these things." And I'm just like, maybe he is like Tupac. Like the only difference is his music. Tupac had the music that reached all the way to the West Coast. I mean, the East Coast, the South,
North,
up north, and clearly he's big on the West Coast. And it was times where you didn't really know where Tupac was from. So, but he had huge hits, and that's probably why he reached so many more people than Nipsey did. But I learned so many things about him over the week, just talking about, like, what people talking about the things he did for his community, working with the kids, basically having a couple of different stores in his community. I watched one video that said he was basically opening a restaurant a while back for his community. And I'm just like, it saddens me because it kind of touches on, I mean, not kind of, it does touch on, y'all weren't here, what I talked about on my last episode. And it's just young black men killing young black men. And it's like, we got enough things in the world to worry about with people who aren't black or dealing with like the rest of the world that's not black. And looking at this situation, it's basically looking like, oh, this was a guy that he knew personally, and he basically was just hating. So you got killed by somebody who's supposed to be, he's not literally your brother, but he's your brother in color. Like, he's your brother.
Yeah.
And he killed you. And I'm just looking like, when is this shit gonna stop, bro? Like, that shit's serious. It's like, you took a man off that, you took a father, you took, I don't know if he's married or not, but you took someone's husband or significant other. You just took this great guy who did all these things and was on his way up. Like, he had done so much greatness and he hadn't even reached his peak. So you had somebody who was on his way and doing God's work, and you fucked that up. And now it's just like, we're left here, and it's like, what do we learn from that situation? But I wanted to ask y'all, you being a black man, you being a black woman who dates black men or whatever, and I want to know what y'all think about the whole situation. You can start with
Well, I feel like, first of all, about a month ago, it was brought to my attention. And I know it's been a lot of controversy as far as people's feeling like reasons of why he was killed, and everyone's entitled to their opinion. But about a month ago, I was noticing, okay, he's working on this Dr. Sebi documentary. Now, I know a lot of people are saying, oh, this is way drawn out. This is too much. Everybody wants to try to blame it on the white man, but we have problems in our community. Me personally, I feel like, yes, it was a black man hating on another black man, but I do feel like there were some people in the government who put the battery in his back, because the story said he went to jail, he got out recently. In that time period, who knows what was said, what deals he took, and then he got out. Not only was it said that, but also the female who was a getaway driver, she's in custody, then now she's released. Nobody knows her name. Nobody knows what she looks like. She's just a ghost suddenly, but she's free to go.
Well,
now back to this Dr. Sebi thing that I was speaking on. Dr. Sebi is someone that I've been aware of for a very long time.
what is he? Who is he?
He is a holistic doctor from Honduras. Basically, what he is trying to get people to understand is that there is no such thing as all these different diseases. What we do is we feed the diseases by the things that we put in our bodies. If we eat healthy, our immune systems will be so high that these things they try to expose us to will not affect us. But the reason being that they want us to take it is because they're making money off of it. The bullshit they feed us in the grocery stores, the preservatives that they put on the food so you can put it on the cabinet and not have to refrigerate it or toss it in the freezer and it doesn't have an expiration date, that's poison. Those are the things that's feeding the cancers, the HIV, the AIDS. Not only that, but it was also said that the same Dr. Sebi went in front of a court here in America and proved in front of the jurors that he cured AIDS. Most people didn't know about that. Now a lot of people are hearing about it. Some people saying it's true. Some people saying it's not. But it's court record. So let's think about this. Trillions and trillions of dollars. HIV AIDS is considered a death sentence. Automatic. Some people say, oh, you could live. It's a death sentence. Why? Because there's no cure. We're going to make money. We're going to keep coming out with these medicines, the Truvana, the PrEP, the this, the that. We're going to feed it to them. We're going to make trillions. And then we're going to kill them again because we're going to have them pulling through our drive-thrus. We're going to have them eating all this garbage. And then here Nipsey comes, setting trends. I feel like the people in the black community culture set the trends. If they get on a song with somebody and say, hey, we ain't eating bullshit, we only vegan now, how many people gonna be like, man, I got too much
Right.
money to eat. This rapper said so, now I'm following the wave. That's not drip. They're gonna lose too much money.
So
Yeah. And
you're
death is the number one
I
money
feel
maker.
like the FDA or the government or the man, if you want to put it like that, is behind his death. Do I feel like it was basically they came together. They took an opportunity where they seen a black man, a weak man. It's easy to make a black man hate on somebody who has more than you going for themselves. It's easy to say, we know you be in this neighborhood. You be over there on Crenshaw and Slauson, right? You affiliate with these people. You know this person? All right, do this, do this, do this. We're going to give you this.
you think it's one of those situations where they got him to kill him, they're gonna lock him up, but they're gonna let him out the back door when ain't nobody paying attention.
Exactly. Either that or they might keep them in there and they might say, okay, we're going to give your family this. It's a lot of people who will sit
Yeah.
down for 50, 60 the rest of their lives to know that their mother or their kids or whoever else is going to have whatever settlement.
Okay.
It's a lot of people, they disagree.
I just think that's a lot. Like, I think it's...
It is a lot,
Because
but
to me, it's like, what jail can he go to now?
my whole thing is this. They
And
can change
survive,
his
right?
name.
Yeah.
They can do anything. They
No.
can tuck him off now. It's a lot of people in jail that you would think they should have been dead in jail that's still living and thriving, that do things to children, that have murdered mass murderers. They sit there and they're still in jail rotting right now. So they could put him in a hole in a box where nobody can get to him.
Well, he's in
They got
solitary
solitary.
confinement.
Yeah.
at the
Of
moment.
Right.
course, of course he is. But my point is this. Dr. Sebi proved that he cured AIDS. How many people die from AIDS? How much money is in the AIDS business? If they come and say, guess what? You don't even need the cure. We don't even have to bottle it. Just take this household product. Do this, do this, do this. You cure. You immune. How much money they going to lose?
I think they would lose a lot of money, but I think it's a
Millions?
far
Billions?
stretch because I feel like
Do you
because
believe Dr. Sebi cured AIDS, though? Is the first question.
I
that
don't know
have for
enough
you.
to speak on that. You had to tell me who he was. I don't know enough to speak on it, but
Okay.
I respect that opinion. I want to know what Daniel thinks.
I can respect that opinion because I haven't had a opinion formed completely. I was just upset that it was just another brother killing another brother, period. That Lauren London had to go through that whole, like, dealing with the love of her life being taken from her at a pivotal point in her life when things were actually progressing. If it is a conspiracy, then shit. I wouldn't be surprised. Because like we say, death is the number one moneymaker for the United States, period. From wars, from diseases. Because if you look at, like you said, about the preservatives, even with our cereal, other countries don't have most of the stuff that's in our stuff, ingredient-wise. And they look a lot healthier and they live a little bit better than we do here. So it could be that and it could not be that. But until I do my research, I'm just speculating at this point.
I think y'all crazy.
Bruh, it's like...
Y'all talking about it. I
think it's just the fact that, like, that's one of the go-tos for us to go to
Is the
as a community
government.
is the government did
Yeah.
this, and that's why it seems like it's non-believable. But it's too many coincidences, man.
I don't think it's why it's non-believable. I think that there's never enough information to point at and say, "Oh yeah, the government did it." Nothing ever comes out,
They're not going to let it out.
and that's fine.
Bro,
but
because
what
the FBI
I'm-
and
what
the CIA don't let nothing come out, bro.
That's fine, but what I'm saying to you is that's why it's never going to be proven because that's always how it's going to be. Look, like I thought it was going to be another situation where nobody found him, like Tupac. But West Coast people seem to know who killed Tupac. It's so weird when you talk to them.
Right.
They seem to actually know the name, the
They know
nickname,
all details.
and everything. They're like, yeah.
I was there.
Like they do. And I'm a firm believer when some shit happens, niggas in the hood do know.
Yeah.
You know. You don't talk to the police because you don't trust the police.
Right.
But I do know, like, I love First 48. It is my
Yeah.
favorite show on TV. And when they go to the hood to interview these people, there can be Lil James laying on the ground with his head blown off. And people will stand around and look at him and nobody will say a word because they gotta live there.
Exactly.
I get that part. But I don't know about the government. All I know is what I see. All you know is what you put in front of you. You can think past what you see and what, like, you can do your research and you can speculate. But until you have proof, like, you never will know. And if it is the government, you ain't gonna never find out because they gonna hide it well.
Well, all I'm going to say is this. There was an interview. I don't know if you guys saw it or not. But they asked Nipsey about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, yeah, you know how they play. People all of a sudden they start dropping dead. Magically, you trip and fall on something. And if they take me out for this, y'all better ride for me. Them was his words.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I think it's easy to point at that because people say shit like that all the time. In talking, people say stuff like that all the time. It's like we can be sitting here joking, and if Daniel says something jokingly like, "Yeah, if my ex come back and looking for me, I need y'all to,"
Right.
and he actually shows up missing, it's on tape, it's on camera.
Right.
So I don't know that I'm just putting all this weight on that just because he said that in an interview not that long ago. And he could have been right. It could have happened that way. I'm just saying to you on camera, what I saw, that black boy. Now, I don't know who put him up to it, but that kid killed him. And that's what's unfortunate for me is just like, you basically showed up. That dude told you, nah, you can't be over here. You got inside your feelings, went somewhere, got a gun, came back, and killed him. And it's just like, for what? Like, what happens with your family now? Like,
Shame. He bring them all shame, but he hated himself. Obviously, it was something in himself to say, fuck it, I'm going to throw my whole life away. It's broad daylight. People standing out here. They know me. They already saw me.
yeah.
Fuck it, I don't give a fuck. Fuck my life. Fuck his life too. If I got to bring him down with me, my life, in his sense, from my perspective, his life was already where it is now. It just wasn't something that we could see.
So that's what it is. The value already just doesn't lie in his brain. He doesn't have any value of him, like, for himself.
Exactly.
So killing somebody ain't a big deal to him.
Because he's already
Yeah, he
mentally
already
in that
don't-
dark hole. He's
Well, why
already
he
mentally in prison.
Why would he show up to the mental institution acting like he ain't got it all?
Because he doesn't.
I will tell you though, if that dude has like schizophrenia or like bipolar, I don't know. I'm gonna be honest. Hey, if he ain't taking his medicine, you don't know, bro. You ain't never met nobody who don't take their medicine that they like bipolar and schizophrenia.
Mental health issues.
Yes.
Run in my family.
Yeah, okay.
And I have a close family member who is schizophrenic.
Does he
And
take
yes,
his
when
medicine?
they're not on their medicine, they
Yes.
get ridiculous. But also know this: if you get dependent on that medicine, the medicine is also going to make you lash out. There are people who use methods who don't need it necessarily, and there are also people who are very, very smart with these mental issues who know to use that to their advantage.
No,
And be
no, I get that.
I got this piece of paper. Let me act out.
But what? Let me tell you, there's some people who don't know no better and they don't take their medicine for whatever reason, and they need that medicine.
So
and
what
they
you
be
saying? They're
tripping.
gonna let him off for it? Because if he got some paperwork to say he
You
ain't got
know
him
that
on?
you know that's gonna be his defense.
I mean, of course it's
He
gonna be his
already
defense.
he already put it out there as his defense.
But I'm saying,
He said he don't remember it.
of course not. But it's cool because it's on camera.
You know, they gonna play it for him. They gonna play it for him.
Yeah,
I'm sure you don't remember this, bro.
I mean, he could go there if he's already diagnosed. I'm gonna be honest with you. He probably, I don't know. He going to jail eventually. I think that he will sit in a mental institution first.
I mean, let's be real. He's black, so
Yeah.
they're not just gonna just give him, paint him out to be, oh, he had issues, oh, growing up. You know how they'll do for our white counterparts, where they'll try to make it seem like they were sad, or his wife just left him, or try to make him out to be this good guy. I feel like they're gonna give him his time. They're gonna sit him down. They're gonna sit him down. He gonna sit there, and they might have to move him out to Wyoming or
I don't think
somewhere.
he can't go to any prison like any regular prison, because every prison has a gang, but they have certain
course.
ones for people who
He can't be in California. Period.
No, he can't.
Yes, that's a sad. Yo, Daniel tripping. That's a very sad situation, man, and I wish the best for his family. I feel like new information is unfolding every day, so I'm just keeping my eyes open and see what's going on. But next up, I asked Daniel earlier about who he looks up to the most as a celebrity. He said Jay-Z. The other day, NAACP. It was an Image Awards?
Yeah.
NAACP Image Awards. I got my facts. Okay. Jay-Z received an award, the President Award, and then Beyonce received an award. Don't know which one it was. Doesn't matter. So they were sitting in their little spot where they were. Jay-Z was standing. Beyonce was sitting right beside him where he was standing. And Naturi Naughton, what's the girl on Power? The dark skin chick. Tasha. The down joint. She was
You got the name right. Yeah.
the down joint. She was talking to Beyonce, and people were like taking pictures, and you know how people get when they see Beyonce and Jay-Z. It's like they saw the fucking American Prince. And
The
Prince,
Messiah.
Like they Prince.
They royalty.
But Prince kids. But so Ghost was there, Omari Hardwick. Ghost was there. He stands up, pounds up Jay-Z, goes around Jay-Z, and he didn't say a word to him other than gave him dap. He goes towards Beyonce. Beyonce stands up. He kisses her on the cheek. And then he whispers something in her ear as she's standing. And then he goes back to her cheek and kisses her again. But it wasn't about the first kiss. The first kiss was kind of quick. It didn't bother me. It was the second when he went for it. That joint was kind of long. I'm sorry.
Bro,
and
I saw that.
Jay-Z stood there, but Jay-Z like had his head turned. And like people argue me down like he probably didn't see it. No, he
saw it.
He saw it. Thank you. He saw it. We see it.
He was like, peripheral. Got you.
Nobody, especially a nigga that's supposed to be a sex symbol, he ain't walking up to your wife and you just turning your head like whatever. No, he's seen it. Mm-hmm. So for me, I felt like Jay-Z should have did something.
Like what?
Now I was argued down. What could he have done? He did the right thing. He was a man about it. He was an adult about it. Call me a kid. I'm gonna tell you, I would have mushed the hell out of him. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
He's Jay-Z.
Who cares? What does that mean?
He's at the NAACP Awards.
And what that mean?
It's one of those events for, colored people where we're supposed to uphold
Jay-Z
standards
rich, so
make
he ain't
ourselves
trying to
look
do that.
good, not cut a food.
Okay, well if I can't mush him, that's one of them joints where you be like, hey bro, let me holler at you right quick. And you take him off camera in the back.
There is no such thing as off camera there.
Yeah, it is.
It's always going to be someone with a phone.
You Jay-Z, you got enough bread where you could be like, hey, somebody find me a room with no cameras, no nothing in it. Find me a room, have that nigga meet me in there. Trust me.
Maybe it happened.
We don't know that. I'm just telling you what I saw, and what I saw ain't shit happened. So I want to know
Like he didn't see it.
Huh?
I said he act like he didn't see it.
Well, that's because he always gets put in these compromising positions. In the elevator with Solange, compromising.
Yeah, that was funny.
That's his sister-in-law. He could.
He's supposed to lean on her and gave her one of.
Nah. He just had to take it. He just had to take it. He just knew the consequences. If he
knew
leaned
he
in,
had to take
Beyonce
it.
would have been on him like, why don't
She just stood there.
He was like,
she stood there.
And that's why he
Beyonce,
stood there. He was
the
like,
family,
nah.
the beehive. The beehive?
My baby's standing.
It's
I'm
me.
standing.
When you're worth $1 billion, I don't give a fuck about no beehive. I don't.
Well, I mean, we're talking about something the Beehive care about, so I mean, I'm just saying.
So y'all thought he handled it correctly?
No.
I
want to. No, hold on.
Okay.
Nate. I want to know what a woman thought. How she thought he should have handled it.
I feel like he should have passive aggressively made his presence be known. At least, like, there was probably about 2 feet in between them. He should have taken that step to the side, hit the nice cough, something, said her name like B. Something made my presence be known, get their attention in some type of way, because he kind of was like, I'm glancing this way, you guys are right here, so I'm just going to keep looking this way. And Beyonce looked kind of uncomfortable. She kind of did like this.
So, okay, so tell me, you thought she was uncomfortable with that look?
Definitely.
I was unsure because I'm not a woman.
She definitely looked uncomfortable. And I've seen in instances where they kind of distance themselves, where people like reach out and they don't always reach back. I've seen pictures of Beyonce with her arm like around someone and she's not even touching them. She's like, so for that to happen, she was probably like really turned off, borderline like disgusted.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they have to uphold themselves in the most classiest way. They have to represent black people in the essence.
You know what I think though? You ain't never getting close to Beyonce again. I'm sorry.
ever.
No.
It's going to be a long time.
But then there's
before
allegations about people who bit Beyonce in the face. And,
Yeah,
people
that
always
just
try
sounds-
weird stuff.
That sounds outlandish. But I'm saying what I've seen
I remember
happen, I saw that. I didn't see nobody, no other. I heard about that. But I saw that.
And it was like slick
And
on
that's
the lips. Like,
that second. No. He wasn't on.
Nah, he wasn't on the lips. It was just
like
on the
close
cheek.
enough.
It was on the
It
cheek,
It
bro.
was like
No.
his cheek was
Yeah.
like on her lip. His lip may not have been on her lip, but his cheek was like,
I'm gonna
Like,
shoot
you
him.
know how,
I'm
like-
gonna shoot
Borderline
him.
on the lips.
I'm gonna shoot
Like
him
that,
some
like
bail.
when two women come
because
together
if
and they
she
do
would
that
have
little cheek kiss.
reacted
That's all he
too
was
quick,
doing.
they would have kissed. If she would have like tried
I'm gonna shoot him some bail though. It's Beyonce. Nigga,
had to go for
if
it.
you meet Beyonce, how excited are you gonna be?
Yeah, bro.
I'm sorry, it is.
Everybody excited to meet Beyonce.
Yes.
He got the first kiss.
So what?
So
You
what?
go for the second.
And then he was like,
and he
positive,
squeezed
positive,
her.
positive.
I'm gonna be
kiss too.
honest. I'm gonna be honest. He got the first kiss. He said something to her. He might have been so excited he forgot he did the first joint and went for
Yeah.
a second one thinking it was the first one. It's fucking
It's possible.
Beyonce.
It's possible.
That's
but
how I looked
still,
at it,
as a
dog.
man, I don't care who it is. She's a married woman, and I could see if Hov wasn't standing there, try some shit. The coast is clear, but he's standing there.
And he just looking all off to the like, nigga, what you looking at? Nigga?
It's disrespectful to Beyonce. It's disrespectful to Hov.
Okay.
And it makes him look distasteful. And another thing that kind of bothered me, I was like, I thought you were into white women. Now you want to kiss
So
on
you
our
can
black
only like
queen?
white women?
Now you want to kiss on our black queen?
Huh?
And that too. You're
No, I
married.
know.
Why are you trying to smooch on Beyonce?
It's fucking Beyonce,
Beyonce,
people.
dog.
He's excited. It's like Carrie Hilson. You get excited when you see her. I'm sorry.
No, you can't compare Carrie Hilson to Beyonce.
You
because
can't
it's
compare
like,
Carrie Hilson.
You can't.
I've seen
He
Carrie
said he
Hilson
like-
in
Like,
person.
I've seen her too. I've seen them both.
No.
He like my excitement is still the
Beyonce
same.
is like
you know what I'm
an
saying?
essence of her own.
Now I will say
and you
that.
know, the last time Carrie Hilson tried to compare herself to Beyonce, it didn't turn out so
No,
well. for
hold
her.
on. You're talking about music. I'm not talking about music. I'm saying, and I even told Kiki this. When I went to the concert a long time ago, I saw Beyonce and I looked at her. I was like, because I didn't get what people were so big on with Beyonce. I was like, it's just Beyonce. Like, she's been out forever. So when I saw her, it was like she was floating on fucking stage. It was like she was beautiful. I was like, what the fuck is that? But before that, I didn't get it. When I saw her, I got it. But Carrie Hilson may not be on Beyonce level,
At all.
like musically. But let's not get it twisted, my sister. Carrie Hilson is tall and she is stacked and she is bad.
She's beautiful.
That was his love coming
Yeah.
out, right? He got
Right.
to-
He's like,
let me tell
"And
you
so
something,
Carrie."
my sister.
Don't.
That brother came up to
I don't
everybody
give a
like,
fuck
hey.
if she. I don't give a fuck if she don't sing another tune in her fucking life. She bad.
I still
She-
think Beyonce's better looking.
Physically, she stacks up.
And
Yeah.
physically, Beyonce is still better looking. And I have a thing for mothers and women who birth children and carry children. We're not going to debate about that.
Oh, trust me,
But
she'll be having some children.
I'm saying Beyonce looks damn good. She's
She
older
does.
than Carrie. She's
Okay.
had twins.
Okay. She had 3 kids.
Which means that he probably was just excited.
Huh?
That glow happened. He walked up. He was like, I forgot my first kiss.
He should be punished.
He just gonna go on live and be like, I'm so sorry.
He should apologize.
That's the only thing that's gonna make this right if he apologized and says what was going on. I feel like he gave some positive reinforcement in her ear, did a little kiss, and was like, I forgot the first one.
Yo, wow, that's my time for the day. Give him your Instagram right quick. I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm real 216 Breezy, REAL 216 BREEZY.
I'm Mr. Danny Reed. That's MR_DANNYREID.
And I'm CO, and mine is the CO Show at the.co.show. That's my time for the day, y'all. I want to thank Breezy for coming through. My guy Daniel, you did your thing. Both of y'all did your thing, man. I appreciate both of y'all coming through. And see you next week.
All right.
Appreciate it.